back to that bullshit he wants to be. Bring it back. Yeah. Let's bring it back. Yeah. What's up, man? We ain't gotta do no bullshit. You ready?
I don't fuck with you, dumbass nigga.
We ain't gotta do that. Let's get right into it. Hey, nigga, I want to go back outside, man. Like, goddamn, dog.
A little stupid ass, I don't give a fuck.
Niggas just want to go back outside, bro.
Hey, that's a fact.
We outside with it.
What is that? The mouse. So yeah, shout out to I don't fuck with you Fridays, I guess.
That kind of goes.
It's on the Sunday, but no. I've been holding this shit in for 3 weeks. No, real shit. Hey, shout out to Joe Buttons, man. Okay, first of all, I'm gonna just say that shit.
Joe Budden.
Buttons. Button. Shout out to Joe. My nigga Joe been getting off. I'm gonna start off. I'm gonna do a timeline. All right. I'm gonna use a movie for an example. Cadillac Records. Okay. Muddy Waters. Everybody hip? Yes. No.
Yes, sir.
No. So Muddy Waters was great. I think he played guitar. Made a lot of music. It's like in the 50s. Made a white man a lot of money. The white guy started a record label. Just kept buying them cars. You feel me? Continue on to different, you know, when we was coming up as black people, we didn't have a lot. You know, they took a lot from us, so now entertainment is coming in. And we're not getting what we supposed to get. So again, I'm going to get the, what's the word I'm talking about? Not royalties, what's the, Tori, what is it? The masters.
There we go.
Masters.
Okay.
Masters.
Okay. Yeah.
So we
Good
didn't know about
masters.
masters, you know what I'm saying? We go to the 60s where the Temptations was struggling, Diana Ross was struggling to get into these white venues to perform. They weren't getting, you know, in the Temptation movie, you see them getting a car. Going excited as fuck. But mind you, we got people like the OJs and the Dramatics who's not getting money. You know, Temptations is the biggest group publicly because of image. Diana Ross and the Supremes is the biggest group because of image. But no Masters is even being talked about at this time. But people are making money, right? Then we go fast forward to the 80s with some kids in New Edition who still have not received no money for Candy Girl. We don't even know who's getting money for Candy Girl. To this day, it's 2020 and we don't know who's receiving funds for Candy Girl.
Oh, we know.
You feel me? Like,
we know. Random white guy.
Ralph and
some random white guy in the darkness.
Mike Bivens on his shit. Mike Bivens is he learned the game. He might have fucked some people over because of what happened to him, but for him not to know where this money at for Candy Girls is crazy as fuck. Going to the 90s, you know, people like Michael Jackson, TLC. It's a lot.
That's why they took Mike out.
So now I'm gonna go to Crush Groove, one of the first hip hop movies I ever seen when I actually fell in love. And you got Russell Simmons who can't get a loan for rap music. You feel me? But then Run DMC and everybody get the popping, and again, these are people, they ain't getting shit. But these record labels is killing shit. The reason I bring this up because these people are trying to make Joe Buttons feel like he's stupid for asking for a certain amount. But at the end of the day, what have people made from rap music? What have these white folks made from rap music?
$1 billion industry.
$1 billion industry, bro. So we have this white guy and this endless little Indian guy making fun of Joe Buttons because he asked for what was the number?
That wasn't even a fact.
Amount, that wasn't
it wasn't even a fact.
They claimed it was 250.
But my thing is, what's the problem? Because yes, white people been pieing for a long time, but let's not get it twisted.
Joe, you're not a network.
We are really we kind of running this podcast. We coming up. One, y'all scared because now we have a bigger voice now, a different voice, a more educated voice, great views, great. Come on now. Don't make it seem like this shit is so stupid. Because again, this start can take the fuck off. And then we winning in something else outside of basketball. I didn't even get into the sports shit. And I didn't even get into the fact that after certain players and certain artists are done, they can't even take care of their families after their career is over with. So don't sit here and make it seem like niggas is wrong or stupid for telling y'all I know where this vision is going and I know where I can take this shit. That's not a lot of money compared to what the fuck y'all gonna be making off of us later.
And I own this.
And I own this shit.
This is mine.
So now you got Michael Jackson, you got Prince, who's, come on, not like this is shit. You got Dave Chappelle talking about ownership. You got these people, but all of a sudden they crazy once they get in this bag. All these lies about Michael Jackson, all this negative shit said about Prince. They do not want us owning shit. They don't want us, like, even with the stock market shit, this is stuff that we wasn't taught coming up. We weren't born into this shit.
And let's not forget about Kanye. Kanye been talking about it.
Listen,
the last 2 weeks, Kanye
but
been
Kanye's
stressing it.
crazy, and it's people surrounding Kanye that's fucking his life up, fucking his mind up.
It's his delivery.
His delivery,
Niggas don't like niggas like Joe and Kanye's delivery on certain things.
It don't matter though.
And I don't sometimes like Kanye's delivery on certain shit either, but I always say like, man, he ain't talking stupid. He just
Because
like,
let's think about it, bro. Look,
this nigga delivery just be terribly
so for
wrong
Kanye,
in my opinion, but it don't.
Nike, the Nike shit. Look where Kanye came from with this fashion shit. From him trying to fuck with Nike and Ralph Lauren and they denying him and all this shit. And look where he's at now, bro.
He still with a seat at the table though.
So that's kind of my problem because I be feeling like the thing with Kanye specifically where I be feeling like where he kind of fails to convey his point is where he'll bring this stuff up when a negotiation hasn't went in his favor.
Yeah.
You know, and I feel like that's what a lot of people do. I feel like when people get in the industry, they be like, I'm good with the fact that I finally done broke into it. But then when they realize the true implications on what it means for their career and their livelihood for the rest of their life, as opposed to it just being like a 5 to 10 year, you know what I'm saying? Niggas always be like, yo, you gotta make a 5-year plan and shit. So if you make that plan and you say, all right, I want to get here, and you don't account for like, all right, them moves that I make, it might end up affecting me for the rest of my life. Then niggas look at it and they be like,
no, that's
well, shit, I ain't want to do all that. Like I thought they be like, I thought this shit would have been over by now. Like I was watching a video earlier where they was even talking about like just the structure on when you sign a record contract, how the record label doesn't actually invest, like they don't pay any money, it seems like. All of the money that they give out, it's advances. It's like
towards project.
But
right.
It's
so
towards the shit that you're supposed to be doing for your project.
But what I'm saying is there need to be a responsibility on the label to be like, yo, if you gonna have somebody do a certain level of work, you have to guarantee them something outside of just being like, yo, we gonna give you this advance, like, cause at that point it's like, what you really working for?
So let me go back then. So Joe, I don't know. I feel like this was a slept conversation that he had when it came to the Drake and Wayne. Drake recently shouted out Wayne, you know what I'm saying, for basically helping him with everything. And he's like, this label is ensuring that Drake does not go through none of the shit that Wayne went through, but why not show that same love with Wayne? They made sure that Drake has a home. Like, he had the same kind of deal. But at the end of the day, and Joe didn't want to say it, but it was like, because he's a Jewish man. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's some kind of ties with that. I'm not sure, but
he's a more marketable appearance.
Image and all this shit,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
He's a more marketable appearance.
And it's like Wayne is like probably one of the biggest legends we've ever seen and going to see.
Is Drake more marketable than Lil Wayne?
Appearance-wise.
But that's what
appearance-wise. If we talking like colorism and appearance-wise, like, yeah, he's a more
Drake, I feel like
Drake is more easy on the eyes than a nigga
right.
like Wayne.
We're
So if
talking
you got
about-
them next to each other, and you had to say which one was a thug,
That's like the Diana
even if
Ross
neither
shit.
of them.
Diana
I'm
Ross
saying-
wasn't the best singer
I'm
in the
saying,
Supremes,
like,
but we
I
go
feel
put
like-
her up front.
No, I'm not talking about skill as far as like the artist.
I'm just talking about
No,
physical look.
I meant like in response to like the physical look. I kind of see where you coming from, but I feel like a lot of what draws people to hip hop is hood shit. And the reason why Lil Wayne was the one to be able to pave a way to even be able to create a lane for Drake was because he was like the ultimate, like
He's a fucking super rock star.
That's what I'm saying. Like, so I don't know. I understand. Like, he's more clean cut for like white America, like older. But the kids,
Nickelodeon.
yeah. But the kids, I feel
Kids
like
bop.
who are like coming up or like when we was coming up, like I feel like niggas gravitate towards Wayne's like aura, his aesthetic. Like
Energy.
it's more than and not to say like Drake doesn't have that, but I feel like when we talking about marketability, I feel like I wouldn't put one really in front of another. I feel like Wayne,
Even
the
with
reason why like Joe, I think, was saying that shit about like Wayne was because he feels like he should, if this is my artist, just objectively,
Nah, facts.
I paved the way. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think people even look at how Wayne like really carved out.
This generation.
He did. Like he executive
facts.
produced this entire era. If you look at how niggas rap, if you look at the people that he put under his wing, it's
Even
a
the
lot of
features
like
and stuff,
trickle
like-
down from just this one artist. And you can't really say that about any other like modern act. Like in our era, like when we was coming up.
You can't say that.
Yeah, that's what I'm
think-
saying. Like he's
I think when you talking about Drake, people might not have took his actual like aesthetic necessarily, but the way that he formats his songs is like.
But
people
that's still
do
Wayne's
that.
son. Like that's what I'm saying. Like beyond that, like if I birth something and then they birth something, that's still on my family
saying
tree
if
as
you
the
say-
nigga. Like
I'm saying even if you saying that Lil Wayne birthed Drake, I don't think that's necessarily true. Like stylistically.
it's not about style.
I don't know, bro,
I'm-
because in them early,
That's
in
what
them
I'm saying,
early
like-
days on certain songs, he kind of
Listen to
But
Ransom.
I'm saying, but
Yeah,
what
he
do
had
we
that
know?
Wayne.
I'm saying, but what do we know Drake for? It's not for Ransom.
It's for melodic
Or-
shit, which
know
Wayne
him
was
for
like
his
one of the
early
first
shit.
know
niggas.
him for
Like
being a Billy Goat. That's what we know him for.
I'm
Could
saying, like
Wayne
I'm
drop
saying,
Kiki, Could You
Wayne.
Love Me?
That's
what we
what
know
I'm,
him for.
that's what I'm saying. Like
Do you
yeah,
think
like
Wayne could
he-
have dropped that?
Yeah, he dropped
Yeah.
Lollipop.
and then that's what I'm saying.
I
Like,
don't
and
think
that's a
Wayne
New
could-
Orleans
I don't
bounce
think-
record.
I don't think
Wayne couldn't
could
drop
drop
brand new.
Hell yes, he
or-
Kiki.
I'm saying brand new is not like. If we looking
saying
at
if we talking about from the
Drake's
start to the
biggest
finish.
records, if we looking at Drake's biggest records and the shit that we look at him for, like these are all records. I feel like
Lil Wayne would have did Over.
Wayne is that caliber of artist. Like that's what I'm saying. Like we talking about somebody.
That's what I'm saying. I get. I'm not
I
saying the
think we having
caliber of
two
art.
different
I'm saying.
conversations now.
Yeah, I don't
We
know.
was talking- I
Y'all
think we
let
was talking
Myles
about-
Rand
No.
go off in the
was talking
Lil
about-
Wayne
No,
Drake
just-
debate.
no,
we
just
supposed
as
to be
far
on with
as-
Charlemagne.
All right, back to it.
No, I'm just
my
saying like
bad.
when you birth
No, I feel
birth.
what you're saying. That's what the
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. That's IP as well, and that's
But
all I
who
was saying.
control-
Drake,
I
Drake
think-
is a more marketable artist though. At the end
And
of the
so
day.
we're talking
I think-
about that
I mean, like
higher.
I think you know what I mean as far as like you know what I mean taking a lot- you know Drake's gonna show up. You know Drake's gonna handle business.
Look how
you
he
know
look
what
in
I
the camera and say, "Baby." I'm sold.
I mean,
I'm
like he
sorry.
just like he
Watching
just-
this another
like
10
Drake just
times
has-
today.
Drake has an impact, and not to say that Wayne doesn't, but it's like Drake is feeling. Drake knows everything.
That ain't no fucking good shot. Then you got Charlemagne.
Auntie Charle.
And it's weird because like
I've been
Auntie
rallying against this
Charlotte.
nigga
Uncle
for
Charlotte.
you
years.
feel me? And I remember the
I
first
like
time
Charlemagne. Don't hold
when I
Charlemagne.
was no fuck that. When I was saying like I ain't really fuck with the Breakfast Club and Spooty like why not and all this other shit and it's just like Charlemagne he played too many roles, bro.
That's facts. And this is coming from a nigga who fucked with him to not fuck with him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I've been telling this nigga for years, man. We had these
Charle
conversations.
cornball, bro.
Conversations me and you done had.
That's
about
facts,
this
bro. But it's like, you know, when I, you know, read the book and when I hated him and to start to see a change in him, then I started to see that change become gimmicky, because we started to joke about that nigga, about the mental health shit.
Yeah.
But coming off of like seeing, I used to hate this nigga, to him like start to change a bit, and I hated him when you got into it with him on Twitter. I still ain't like this nigga, but then you start to see a change in him. But then you saw him use that change, and it became a gimmick,
silly, pitchy,
more so than anything.
So,
and then he contradicts himself
so oh my god,
so fucking much.
I don't want to cut y'all off.
You already did.
Are you? Yeah. I just want to make sure I
so
say
much. Yeah.
I feel like with Charlemagne, bro, this shit bothers me so much because
Yeah, we don't give a fuck about your mental health either, nigga. You can watch this shit right
this is
now.
a nigga.
Hey, mental health is a serious issue.
I'll say it's
Look at you riding for dog. It is a serious issue. Look
No,
at that. I'm glad we got a nigga that rock with him here.
Look, bro.
Hurry up, because I'm ready to destroy this nigga, dog.
it irritates me because like I've followed Charlemagne for a long time, so that's why I know. Like I've seen him like destroy Buffy the Body for like saying like I'm doing music, and her never have like an opportunity after that. And then like champion Cardi B, which is fine. Like,
Champion Cash Doll as well.
Yo, and here's the thing, like I never had a problem with anybody you try to put your foot in rap or whatever, but he like destroyed Buffy. And I always think about shit like that. I be like, did you ever apologize for doing that like publicly?
Fuck no.
Not publicly.
If you're somebody who like looks at like people's mental health and these things in the light that you present them, go ahead.
Because he plays with people mental though. So that's the bullshit.
And that's what I'm
it's
saying.
like, look what you did to Lil Mama, bro. And it's like, it was the biggest joke in the
what you
fucking
do to
world,
people,
bro.
period.
And then not
Like,
even
it's
that. So
like-
then he play these roles because again, he want to tell these stories about how he grew up and all this other shit. But then you got Beans on there that's cutting into your ass about real shit. And again, now you talking about what a nigga make, and you know what I'm saying? You doing a lot of lame shit that real people that's in real street and like the way we come up with situations, we don't play about that shit. We never talk about what another man make. Side talking, and guess who you side talking to? With this white nigga,
It
bro.
just be weird, bro. And
now he trying to make it seem like, oh, we need to stop talking about our culture. No, we're going to keep claiming our culture. You stop trying to make it open for people to come in and take our shit. Like,
we about to play the coon shit.
Rant. It starts around the 64-minute mark. But I mean, it sounds to me like Joe Budden is a person who knows his worth but doesn't know how to properly negotiate it. Because if you keep doing deals with various corporations and you keep getting trash-ass deals, that's on you. Like things like vacation
I'd be
days,
super upset if one of y'all
bonuses,
niggas
all
said
of
this
that
shit
has to
about
be
me on like
negotiated in your
on the air
contract
somewhere.
from the
You couldn't
beginning.
call me?
But shouldn't that be as manager or as an agent or as an attorney? You know, shouldn't they be looking out for his best interest, especially somebody who's done this rodeo before that knows
This
that?
is
I know my attorney has been through this before, so
that
she's
New
helped
York
a lot.
shit.
And, you know, shouldn't it be
real
that? Like,
whack
you know,
shit,
there's certain
bro.
things that I might not know to ask for, but that's what I pay.
And like he said to Envy, I came in, you said you signed a 10-year deal again with Revolt. And I said, damn, why? Right? You're DJ Envy. You're Charlemagne. You're Angela Yee. Why did y'all sign for 10 years with these niggas again? And he said, I got a family. Okay, cool. I respect that shit.
are we talking about Dame Dash?
Nah,
No,
this
that's
what
a
Joe
little-
said.
that's a little bar, though.
I respect that shit. But you're DJ and you didn't have to. You're Envy, nigga. And Charlemagne, you're fucking Charlemagne. You don't have to.
You don't have to. You could have owned anything
he
that you want to
doesn't
do
have
at this
to. This
point.
nigga Charlemagne can really
By
do his
himself.
own shit
And that's the
by
thing.
himself.
We're not shit. We know what you can do. We're just very.
No, I am shitting on him.
We're very disappointed.
No, I am shitting on
Go
him.
crazy, Kurt.
Like, what are you talking
No,
about?
we're shitting on. I'm talking about as far as what he does.
I mean, what he
can
does,
do it, no.
I'll shoot your ass. That's what I'm saying.
I take that back. Not what he
No.
does. I'm not gonna say that. I'm saying
That's
what
what
he's
I'm saying, like,
capable of doing. He's not using
cool,
this shit
cool.
yet.
He's doing like his shit to get money. Like that's
Yeah,
what I'm saying.
that's-
Like
at the end of the
I
day,
don't
that's-
look at Charlemagne
but that's
as a
why-
nigga that's on a bigger mission. Sorry,
But that's
like,
why Joe said we're
like,
doing different things.
But he think they doing the same thing, and they are not.
They're not. It's not even close.
They not. It's not. It's not.
all that
And
black
for
effect.
for you to get on air and to have the voice that you have, because you have a following. You have a following. For you to get on here and talk like that about like another black man in the climate that we in, because you niggas love. You niggas love taking all the shit that's going on with like George Floyd and Breonna Taylor and tying it into entertainment. So let's tie it there. Why are you doing this? Why are you doing this to another black man right now? That's some shit. If you felt that way, that's some shit you could have called that nigga about.
Can I ask y'all something? Like, all right,
interject.
if it's
Yeah, I need this type of energy.
who do y'all feel like if y'all was to just gauge like public opinion on this situation, who do y'all think like people
Side
is
with?
siding? Yeah.
Charlemagne.
I think.
So
I'm not. I think it's Charlemagne.
That's my timeline.
to me, that's the problem, because people mindset is to think that because Charlemagne got this deal, what is it called, the Black Effect?
Yeah.
That's supposed to be
Something
his,
like that.
his
It's
50%
That
owned
fucking name is
podcast
just fucking- go ahead.
network.
The black shit that he
Basically,
on with a white person.
right? So that's kind of what. Basically, as long as I'm not saying you like Crack said, you got to get your money and shit, but at the same time, it's like as long as people keep on engaging in that structure, then it's kind of hard to, you know what I'm saying? And I wish that when we ask ourselves, all right, who niggas looking at is like the person that's making more sense, it should be Joe Budden, because in my mind.
But they do this like
You know what I'm saying?
this is a larger problem, just as far as like black entrepreneurs who
Don't let me
desire to own their own shit. I think Byron Allen said this ironically, like I think on a Breakfast Club interview, but he said they try to discredit you, dismiss you, and then demonize you. And
When black people try and own their shit,
yeah, it's like,
I mean, I just don't get how people ignore this shit though. Like
that's kind of my point.
How
Like
many
it's
times
like
have our goats said this shit? How many
Right.
times have we heard the stories? Like,
and like you just said, like these films that like you was just talking about, it's like history
It's
repeating
there.
itself.
it is
You know what I'm saying? And it just be like, when is niggas gonna just
another example.
what I'm
real
saying?
quick.
Is it? I'm just saying, like, was Charlemagne wrong for even saying that? His delivery, his pitch to gain that type of ownership. You know what I mean? Like, I think Joe had the right mindset. Like, he wants ownership, and I agree with that. But
Yeah.
was his delivery wrong?
The only thing I have an issue with is
why
why talk about another man's money? It
I
was
don't-
just
yeah,
so-
and at the end of the day,
it was a different way to talk about that.
and then even if
Because
he
that
was
is his job at the end of the day.
if Charlemagne was gonna bring something like that up, I feel like you would have to be able to state what did he present it as,
And he
which
lied.
he can't
He
give.
came
He
with
can't
a-
get that information.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If he was able to do that, and then like niggas, it was some type of shit to confirm, like, yeah, that was the way that he went about it, then I would understand. But if you just on some like, oh, I heard this from like a friend of mine that knows somebody that know the negotiation person and all this other shit, then it's like, bro, like at that point, it's, you know what I'm saying? I agree. You shouldn't talk like you shouldn't discuss niggas
talk
monetary shit.
at all.
Period.
Who the
But
fuck
at the
then
end
I
of
ain't
the
like
day,
when they was doing that smear campaign shit
because they
too,
could have
and-
gave that
and-
nigga $250.
They
Yes.
could have, and that's what I'm saying. Like, you stopping a nigga like from
getting
basically
that.
getting that shit.
So now can't nobody ask for that because now
'Cause
you
you
just
hating.
put the
yeah,
bar. No,
that's
he
what I'm
just-
saying,
he
and
set
that's
a
why
bar.
it's crazy to me for you to have been in the industry for so long to tell a man like, hey, you're not a network.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
yes, I
crazy.
am. Like, if I'm creating content, I got pull-ups, I got state of the culture,
Right.
motherfucker.
Man.
I got Joe Budden podcast. killing
Intellectual
Spotify.
property.
These are all my
Mind
IPs.
you.
How the fuck are you gonna tell me? You sound like a fucking coon telling me because I have my stable of shows that I have created on my own. How am I not a network? Because I'm one person? No, nigga, like these ideas and shit are all of me. So yeah, I am creating a network with the help of my people. But when you look at the Joe Budden podcast and you look at Pull Up, that's what I'm saying. These are all centered around that guy. Right. So if we starting from there and he decides to expand, like which that's what I'm saying. You don't look at nobody white and do this. Why? What white person? What white person?
Oh my gosh! Wait,
what white person has ever been looked at like that?
Nobody
for doing this.
He didn't cut into Lior at all. That Lior fucking interview, what nothing Slick said.
I also want to make the point of we done seen the result of Joe Budden creating a concept for a show, leaving that bitch, and then seeing what the result was.
Yeah.
So it's like
go downhill.
Niggas should understand at this point, like the value of what niggas is bringing to the table.
Then he talked about the love and hip hop shit.
That's what I'm saying.
Which
like,
I ain't really too pretty. I ain't really hip to none of this shit.
No, I'm
for
saying
real,
he
you
was
know what I'm
basically
saying?
telling his girl, like, we don't really need them.
Oh yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
he created love and hip hop, bro. Like if you really want to,
they really could have. And that's the thing.
Be
it's
real
like,
about shit. He had the camera following Tahiri around. That was the first like hip hop couple that I seen on the internet.
Yeah, facts.
And then they built the whole show around it. So it's like stop trying to shit on niggas just
haven't-
because.
Even Jordan went against Eminem. Like I just don't see shit that he has to lie about. Like I don't get no line views from him.
Right.
But yeah, it's more.
And
Black Effect.
Charlemagne already he didn't already showed himself to
I'm saying,
kind of maneuver depending on what the situation is. So it's like
the Gucci
I don't
interview
believe the nigga
threw
off
Angela Yee
bail.
under the fucking bus.
With Gucci like that, and I don't get how people fall because
it's journalism, but it's journalism at the end of the day.
It back so Mike.
That's
so
not.
Mike,
Yo, I went to school and studied journalism and shit. That shit that Charlemagne. Yeah. I'm not gonna say he doesn't do like journalistic shit because Charlemagne does good interviews.
It's based in journalism.
I would never like.
That's what I was saying. I'm not gonna shit on him like that.
It's also sensationalism at the same time, though.
That's what I'm saying. Like it's certain shit.
Y'all seen The Best Man? Niggas, journalism get your ass beat when you get to talking some real shit. Y'all better relax. Don't listen. I would never sell none of my people out for no bag, bro.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. Myles dropping a lot of shit that I ain't hip to, bro. Cause I don't be seeing a lot of these.
So listen, Morris Chestnut beat dog ass cause his best friend fucked his wife and he put the shit in the book. Yeah. And he found out by reading the book.
Fucking tape.
Fucking tape gig. I don't want to take the whole hour up. I will continue later because we got a lot. It's a lot.
Nah, this the type of energy. Hey, nigga. Hey, I don't give a fuck. Like straight up, I don't care. Forecast ain't gonna be on Black Effect.
Listen, we not, bro.
Nigga, Forecast gonna be on Forecast.
Y'all sure?
That's a fact.
I would deny it to
y'all would never.
Forecast gonna be on Forecast.
So if them niggas offered y'all $250 million,
integrity. This is
niggas
what
all
Joe
the
Budden been
time.
talking about.
I tell niggas all the time, I have not had the money to know what it is like to miss it.
You feel me?
I haven't had it. I'm fine right now.
I've had it.
I'm good.
I ain't had that much, but I done blew some shit.
And I know if I turn some shit away, wholeheartedly with the integrity in my heart, I know it's a way bigger door opening somewhere else. So I'm not about to sell out to this nigga for being like a piece of shit.
Because I have not heard who said that they want to start a podcast network though. Like real shit. When
bro, all y'all
like,
niggas is podding. When the plug came, man, all these niggas was podding. All these niggas want to start podding. Then when the forecast came, it's mad niggas just podding all over the fucking place.
We said we were starting a network though. You feel me?
Y'all shit not good. I'm here saying it now. Y'all shit is not good. I listen to niggas. I be trying to see what's going on out here. I'm scared. I look and I listen, bro. It's only a few niggas.
But you know what,
it's only a few niggas that's like
you know
really
why
out here
when Joe
giving us a
Budden
good
leave,
pod, bro.
This shit is really work though. It's a lot of work. So
And
that's
that's what
why you
niggas
see a
don't
lot
think,
of people
bro.
leave and shit like that. This shit not easy,
And that's
bro.
what niggas don't understand because
That's a fact.
you niggas
This
get
shit
in
is
front
work, bro.
you niggas
Hey.
get in front of a mic and y'all
Hey.
niggas get here and be like, man, so what we talking
Look
about
at Finn.
today, man? So what's going on
So
today,
don't think
man? What we
because you
doing?
niggas
Oh, y'all
was just
niggas
coming
seen,
up,
oh, y'all niggas
sitting
seen
and
Meg
expecting
and
Finn
Tory,
to do all
man.
this
Yo, that
chopping and
shit
shit. And
crazy,
y'all think y'all
man.
just go come on the show and talk
Y'all
and
think
that's
he
it.
shot her, man? Yeah, I think that's, I agree.
I'm in my bag.
Yeah. Everybody fucking agree at the same fucking time. What are y'all doing? It's no, that shit ain't chemistry where everybody agreeing. Oh, you think the same? You think the same? You think the same? Great. Where's the episode? Now where's the episode? Now where's the
But you know
episode?
what it
We
is,
all
bro?
sitting here having a fucking powwow because
The
we
thing-
all agree
the
with each
thing
But
other.
you
is-
also,
Shit
you don't
weird,
have
though,
that
shit.
undisputed. I mean, not undisputed, but like first take where them
First
niggas be
take, listen.
making, them niggas be crafting little like.
And so that's the thing. Like
It
with
be
Skip,
clear.
niggas be trying to host. Skip is
But this shit
getting
be.
paid to entertain a show.
But I'm talking about us on the grand scheme of things. We
Fuck Skip.
we
That's my
don't
dog.
we
That's
don't
my guy.
we,
My
we
bad,
don't
I ain't
come-
mean to take it over there.
We don't
you know
come
what I'm
in. We
saying?
don't
That's my
come in here and
godfather.
try to create. Like I don't come in this bitch and be like, let me be the devil's advocate. Nah, nigga, I really feel like this.
But that's the
And y'all niggas really
we-
feel the way y'all
we are
feel,
in
and
a
I know y'all
generation
do. That's why I
where-
fuck with y'all niggas.
So we go.
I like debate.
We go segue because I feel
love
like
that
this
shit.
topic right here, people are scared to be themselves, and they are.